Coach, just a stone's throw from here, the bikers and joggers, they're lining the shores of Lake Michigan, and rightfully so, but we've got some football business to take care of at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
53, Mike. Hey, here we go.
Hey, General West.
Check 24.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. On first, here's Washington. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the curl.
Stand.
They'll try to counter with Washington. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Rashawn Gary drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Here's Hester. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Hey, come on. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Set up.
On 1st down, it's Vaughn, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. You ain't got nothing. Ball shot. 53 is the Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Set. Ready.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Was hoping to make a play there in the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Go.
Jones throwing on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now Jones to throw again. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Off the play fake. Jones. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And an alley to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
80 weapon. Bravo. Now.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Dante Pettis there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. Go. Hey, check Mike 34. What? Hey, pick your game up. Mike 34. Shoot.
They'll drop to throw. Man open, it's Moss complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
First down, Panthers.
Check 53. Record. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Back to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Sack, baby.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Go now. 50, plant.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Jones. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A huge play there for Chicago. 46 yards.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. On first and goal, Washington. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Chicago. Stephon Diggs. 78 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking out some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. This will be caught at about the 5. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
53, check 53.
Back to throw here. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Vaughn. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Check Mike 34. Mike 34.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Rush in. Rush X3. 218. Chopper.
52.
Ready.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Ready.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming for you. You Mike.
Get it.
Draw play, Washington. And an alley to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Stephon Diggs. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it at the 15. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Mike, 53.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. So we got man. 53 is mine. 53. Check 53.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. David Njoku, as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man here is Gentry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Don't say nothing.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Target.
2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 6. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 53 yards. Then the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer.
35. Panthers 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Recon, 132 fighter.
From the 27, Jones. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards as the Bears push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
look to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And shutting him off, now open field. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Go.
At the 7-yard line.
Snap.
Running it, Washington. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I got you. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, come on. 53 to Mike. Where'd he go? 53 to Mike.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
They'll set up to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
53's the Mike.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Panthers. 52 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
He'll look to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Get it.
Now Washington, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, Sam on. Hit it.
On 2nd down, it's Washington. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Score.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go, hey. Go, Mike 34, Mike 34.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll run on 1st down. Washington. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch twins. Go.
From the 38, Jones. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
That's right.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
50, play.
53, check 53. 6 man.
Now.
On 1st down, it's Washington, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Staying on the ground with Washington. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The handoff right side, it's Washington. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all... Yes, get out of
here. Must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Bears, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.